Greetings, everybody. Tate Davis here with another album battle for you. Two albums that I just bought, actually. In one corner, from 1969, self-titled From Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Good shot of the guys right here. Nice. And then in the other corner, a band that I love quite dearly, Bad Company, self-titled debut from 1974. I actually bought both of these albums at a place called Half Price Books here in Algonquin, Illinois. Really good place if you're in the Chicago area and want to look for some very good vinyl selection and CD selections and all that kind of things, along with books and comic books, action figures, secondhand toys, stuff like that, all at a very affordable price. I love going to Half Price Books quite a bit, and I try to go there every time I come back here to my hometown. So anyway, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. A very interesting band, a very great band. Rose into popularity around the same time as Chicago did, although they didn't really sustain the popularity that Chicago managed to throughout the rest of the 70s into the 80s. Once the 60s ended and the 70s began, Blood, Sweat, and Tears unfortunately kind of fizzled out of popularity due to a number of things that I'm not going to get into right now. One of which was described by one critic in some TV show that I think it was Rock of Legends over on Access TV, the Blood, Sweat, and Tears special. They were saying that one critic was saying that they didn't know whether they wanted to be a jazz band or a rock band, and I can see that here because there is a lot of big band influence, not only on this album but throughout their entire discography. They continued putting out albums all the way up until the early 80s when they broke up. Bobby Columbia, the drummer, went on to be, I think, an A&R rep for Columbia Records and owns the trademark Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and, you know, has a group of no-name musicians that kind of go out and play shows as it is under the Blood, Sweat, and Tears name when he owns the trademark. So anyway, enough of that. On this album, you have, let me get the personnel here. I'm sorry, guys. Fred Lispis on alto saxophone, Chuck Winfield on piano. Oh, crap. I'm sorry, guys. Fred Lispis on alto saxophone, Chuck Winfield on piano, Lou Soloff on trumpet and flugelhorn, Jerry Hyman on trumpet and flugelhorn. Wait. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, the horn players don't really matter all that much. David Clayton Thomas on lead vocals, Steve Katz on guitar, Bobby Columbia on drums, a whole bunch of Jim Felder on bass, James Guercio and Roy Haley on percussion and vocals, and a whole bunch of folks on horn instruments and everything like that. Sorry about that, guys. Produced by James William Guercio, who would go on to produce Chicago for many, many years and opened a ranch in the middle of Nowheresville, Colorado called Caribou Ranch, where a bunch of people recorded albums. So let's talk about the music here. So opening up with a variations on a theme, the first and second movements, which features some really, really great flute playing and kind of a fanfare to open up the album, which leads into Smiling Faces, which I believe was one of the hits off of this album. Great vocals by David Clayton Thomas on that. Great drumming by Bobby Columbia. Bobby Columbia's on fire on this entire album. He's one of my favorite kind of jazz rock players, along with Danny Seraphin and oh, Jesus, Lenny White, people like that. More and More follows that. Again, great horn lines going on that. Great guitar solo by Steve Katz on that. One of my personal favorite Blood, Sweat, and Tears songs, their version of Laura Nyro's "And When I Die." Awesome song. Great vocals by David Clayton Thomas. Really great harmonica as well. Really catchy. And when I die and when I'm gone, don't you know, in this world to carry on. Great. Oh, just a fun song that makes me so happy every time I hear it. God Bless the Child. Slow 6/8 blues ballad that transitions into 4/4 during the solo section. Awesome song. Opening up side 2, another Blood, Sweat, and Tears classic. This one written by David Clayton Thomas and was probably the biggest hit from this album. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel turn. Awesome song with a great jazz break in the middle. You've made me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life. Another big hit off of this album. Again, great ballad. Great vocals by David Clayton Thomas. Great horns. Awesome. The Epic Blues Part 2, which is this great kind of proggy track. Which features some great horn solos, great drumming by Bobby Colomby. And then closing off, we have another reprise of Variations on a Theme, the first movement. So overall, maybe not my favorite Blood, Sweat, and Tears album, but they would get I think they would get even better after this, but this is a great sophomore album. Also check out Child is Father to the Man, too. That is also great, too. But this is awesome. This is great. In the other corner, Bad Company, self-titled debut. On here, of course, I'm sure you guys know the lineup right now if you've been watching my channel for a long time. Paul Rodgers on vocals, Mick Ralphs on guitar, Buzz Burrell on bass, Simon Kirke on drums. It was recorded at Headley Grange in the middle of Nowheresville, England, where Led Zeppelin recorded a lot of their albums. It was recorded with Ronnie Lane's mobile studio, and Led Zeppelin, I think, used the Rolling Stones mobile studio when they recorded their album, some of their stuff at Headley Grange as well. Hypnosis cover art was a classic. Not all the Bad Company album covers are great, but this is one of the best ones in my opinion. I mean, you know, can't get enough of your love. Just catchy as all hell, written by Mick Ralphs. One of the songs that he originally wrote for Mott the Hoople, but Ian Hunter turned it down. Rock steady, catchy riff on that. Ready for Love, great drumming by Simon Kirke on that song, is an adaptation of a Mott the Hoople song that Mick Ralphs originally wrote and recorded with. Don't Let Me Down, not to be confused with the Beatles song of the same name. Great soulful ballad there. Flip the record over. Bad Company, from the Bad Company, from the album Bad Company. Radio staple, great guitar solo by Mick Ralphs. The Way I Choose, again in the kind of the soulful ballad in the same style as Don't Let Me Down. Awesome. Moving on from town to town. Great catchy song, again written by Mick Ralphs. And then closing it off, a song co-written by Paul and Mick, Seagull, just a beautiful ballad. Paul Rodgers would go out and play this on his own during Bad Company concerts in the years after this. This would go on to sell, millions and millions of copies, and it sold millions of copies for a reason. In my opinion, this is one of the greatest debut albums of all time. Bad Company are one of my favorite bands of all time. Simon Kirke is no, he's not technically the greatest drummer in the world, but you know what? He comes up with parts that just work so well for the songs. And live, he would change them up and come up with different parts that worked well for the songs and kind of that matched the energy of the band as well. But That's why Simon Kirke is one of my favorite drummers of all time. So when it comes to putting the two of these albums together, I really love Blood, Sweat, and Tears. This is not, like I said before, this isn't my favorite album by them, but I really enjoyed this one. But, Bad Company wins. No disrespect to this, but, like I said before, there are other Blood, Sweat, and Tears albums that I like a little bit better than this, but this is just, come on. For me, it's hard to beat this. So, it's not that close of a battle here. Blood, Sweat, and Tears kind of puts up a fight after a couple rounds, but in the end, Paul Rodgers and company reign supreme over here. So, let me know which one of these albums you guys like better in the comment section below. There's no right or wrong answer here. Bad Company's the winner today, but doesn't mean that that there aren't some Blood, Sweat, and Tears fans that watch this channel as well. But if you haven't gotten a chance though, go check out Blood, Sweat, and Tears. They're well worth your time. If you're a fan of Chicago, you've come to the right place for Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more of these in the future, and have a great one. See ya.